Most people believe they are awake because their eyes are open, because they move through routines, because they respond to names, roles, and responsibilities. But awareness is not the same as activity. A person can move all day and still be asleep. A person can speak endlessly and still never say anything real. Waking up is not about opening your eyes in the morning, it is about opening your attention to what is actually happening. From childhood, the mind is trained to run automatically. Think this, want that, fear this, chase that. Life becomes a reaction instead of an experience. Days pass without being felt. Years pass without being questioned. And one day, a person realizes that life has been lived mostly in rehearsal, never fully on stage. To wake up now means to notice the moment without immediately labeling it. To feel without rushing to explain. To see without turning sight into judgment. Most suffering does not come from reality itself, but from the constant commentary added to it. The mind narrates everything, and in doing so, it pulls attention away from life as it is. Waking up begins with a simple act, noticing that you are lost in thought, not fighting it, not judging it, just seeing it. In that moment of noticing, there is a gap. And in that gap, there is freedom. You are no longer completely controlled by the story in your head. The problem is not thinking. The problem is believing every thought without question. Thoughts appear on their own. They rise, change, and disappear. But when a person identifies with them, they become a prison. Waking up is realizing that you are the awareness watching the thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. Time is another illusion that keeps people asleep. Regret pulls attention into the past. Anxiety drags it into the future. Rarely does attention rest where life is actually happening. Waking up now means returning attention to this moment, because this moment is the only place where life exists. Fear resists waking up. The ego resists waking up. They survive on unconsciousness. To wake up is to see that many fears are imagined, many desires are inherited, and many identities are performed. This realization feels threatening at first because it removes familiar ground. But beneath that fear is relief. Relief from constant striving, relief from comparison, relief from the belief that you must become something else to be whole. Waking up reveals that completeness is not something you achieve. It is something you recognize. Life does not need to be escaped. It needs to be experienced. The ordinary moment becomes extraordinary when it is met with full attention. Eating, walking, breathing, listening, these simple acts become alive when they're no longer overshadowed by mental noise. Waking up does not mean withdrawing from the world. It means engaging with it without being consumed by it. You still play roles, but you are no longer trapped in them. You still plan, but you are no longer lost in anticipation. You still remember, but you are no longer defined by memory. Awakening is not an event reserved for the future. It is not waiting for the right conditions or a perfect version of yourself. It happens now or it does not happen at all. The present moment is not a step toward life. It is life. To wake up now is to stop postponing presence, to stop believing that meaning exists somewhere else, to realize that peace is not found by rearranging circumstances, but by seeing clearly. And when this seeing happens, even briefly, something shifts. Life feels lighter, not because problems disappear, but because identification with them loosens. You respond instead of react. You live instead of perform. This is the invitation, not to believe anything new, not to adopt another philosophy, but to notice, to be here, to wake up now. Thank you so much for having your precious time here with me.